don't quit when you don't pass the audition, when you're told no, because if you quit when you're told no, when you're told it's not your time, not you right now, if you quit then, it was never your dream to begin with. Welcome back to The Samantha Show. I'm your host, Samantha. You can call me Sam. Just don't call me Sammy. This is a really special episode because I'm here with two of my besties. We have Ashley Jones and Allison Nolan. Hi. Allison Skank.
That's so strange.
Tell me how strange it is.
How strange is it that my last name is Nolan, but everyone calls me Skank?
I honestly, I had to pause because I was like, what's her last name?
It's been 3 years almost.
Yes, I should change that in my phone.
Don't change it.
Okay.
You can't take the Skank out of the girl.
We're here. This is so great because we all met at Cycle Bar, and we've really maintained a friendship since then, which was like how many years ago?
I don't know. I can't do math. But I mean, it was before I was married, so I've been married for 7 years.
I want to be dramatic, but I think it's almost 8. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, there's no way because I'm not that old.
I know. It's so we've been friends for a long time, and I think it's really fun because we've kind of like been through some seasons of life. Like you got married, you've had 2 kids. I mean, Gracie, I had Gracie when I started at Cycle Bar, but she was only like a year old, and now she's 8. She's practicing her YouTube videos for if mom lets her have a YouTube channel when she's a teenager. We'll see. So like, I feel like we've been through a lot. We've been through job changes, career changes, home moves, the ups, the downs, all the things. We've taken trips together. And so I thought this would be the perfect episode, perfect people to kick off all about motherhood as a woman and the different phases that we go through in life. And I think it's really important to have friends, not only have friends in life, but friends who get the motherhood hustle, which is a very specific feeling and challenge in life. But first, let's talk. I want to hear Ashley share, because I was trying to think, share. I want to know about like you starting at Cycle Bar. Like what brought you in? And then when did you become an instructor? Like how did that process go?
So I started going there as a rider. I went to one of the opening classes during like the first week.
You were there like that very first week.
Yes. And so I went there for a while and I was like, this is pretty fun. And I really vibed with Melissa. Melissa, her classes, really? I just loved her. I loved the music.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just like started like building friendships there. And then I was like, I mean, I feel like I could do this. Like, I feel like I could do this.
Yeah.
And so I think I even asked Melissa, asked about like trying out to be an instructor. And then I kind of ran it by the owners of it. And then they kind of like threw me in and were like, yes, let's do it. And then they started having me like train and everything. And it was the busiest time ever because I was about to get married. And so I remember I had to do my like test out ride right before. I think I did my first class right before I left for Florida, like right before. And I was like, this timing could not be worse, but like, we're just doing it. We're doing it. And so, yeah, so I did that and I passed everything and kind of started doing it. And then shortly after Allison joined.
I watched one of your like practices with Joey and I remember sitting there. And I was thinking about this on the way here, but I remember sitting there and I was like, why do I feel like this is like competitive? It's so strange to me. And like I had, somebody next to me with a notebook and then somebody like next to her with like a backpack. And I was like, I just brought myself. Like, what am I doing? Like, this might not be for me. But I was actually thinking like, that's one of the reasons I think why we've stayed friends is because when we like first bonded, like there was no like competition whatsoever. It was like, how do I help you level up? Like, how do I help you succeed? Yeah. And so our friendship was like solely based on that and a little bit of like trauma bonding from camps. But like for start to finish, I mean, we're not finished yet, but like start to like ongoing, it's always just like supporting each other and it's never felt like a competition with us 3.
I'm really glad you mentioned that because I have often thought that. I talked to my therapist about it when I'm maybe having some issues with other friends and stuff. I'm like, why can't they just be like Ashley and Allison and even Melissa, who you mentioned is a good friend? Like I feel like we've we've always kind of had our own paths and the things we're working toward. And so even though we've like crossed over in some of the things that we do, to your point, Allison, I've never felt a level of competition or jealousy in any way or anything like that. Like it's just always been so supportive. And I think that that is so important. I also, too, since you mentioned Melissa and I'm talking about the importance of friends who are moms who have kids, I always think of Melissa as the meme on the internet that's like, hey, you want to go to Africa this weekend? And I'm like, Melissa, I have kids. I can't do that. And she knows that that's how I view her. But she's always like, you want to go to Bonnaroo this year? I'm like, no, I
Like,
don't, but I love you. Please keep being my friend because you keep me like energetic. Yes, I know. Yes. So she's been amazing. I just visited her there. So I forgot that. Yeah. That's kind of how you guys first got in there. And
yeah, you were the scary one to me. You were the scary one when I would start doing classes because you were so good. And I would even just be in the class and be like, I have to hit this beat. I have to be on it. Like I have to do all of these things. And you were intimidating to me at first.
I'm glad not anymore though.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I feel like when she peeled back the layers of Sam, there's like, oh, you're just kind of a dork. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then we went to Florida together.
Yeah, we did. I feel like that. What? Say what you want. Say what you want to say.
We ended Florida in a sketchy emergency department with Samantha almost dying. Hey, like you almost didn't even go on the trip. You were like, Joe's gonna come pick me up. Ashley was trying to drive us to work. We weren't even on our way to the airport. I was like, dear God, nobody's making it on this trip. And then we ended taking an Uber at like midnight to like this emergency department. Like, Sam, you just have to get on a plane tomorrow. That's it. That's all you have to do. She's like, I'm dying. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know her mom's phone number to call.
That really, I feel like that's one of those things where, you like something happened and you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, God, I'm so fucking embarrassed from that moment. I just like picture me in my room in that Airbnb, like coughing so hard and just like being dramatic. Be like, can you guys take me to the emergency room? Like slowly.
Just to like end the story, we were there for 10 minutes and we were like, no, we can make it. We can make it home. We're gonna get something if we don't already have something. So
yeah, I that's one of those things too where like people are like, I think I had COVID before COVID was a thing. I think that was COVID. Actually, yes. I think it was the flu at the end of the day. But I was really sick. I almost didn't go, and then Ashley, we're like, all right, we'll meet at Ashley's house. She'll take us to the airport. Where were you taking us? Because we weren't headed to the airport.
We're kind of like running late. I mean, I'm always a little bit behind. And I like put it into Waze on my phone. And then I was like, wow, it's taking us 71. Why is it going this way? Like maybe there's a big accident on the way because we were going in the middle of the day. So it wasn't like where there's no traffic, like there probably was. And so I was like, maybe it's just rerouting us around. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, it was taking us to my work and I didn't realize it until it told me to turn on like northbound, which is the opposite way of the airport. And so I am honestly surprised we even made our flight that day.
I feel like to remind me, but didn't you not want to tell us once you realized it was taking us? And I wouldn't have even known. I was half alive in the backseat. I was just in a haze. Not even sure at that point that I was still getting on the plane, and you're just taking us different
I can't remember, but I think I probably just was like, "Oh, let's change this out." And then I was like, "Oh yeah, it's taking us."
That's what I was. Yeah, it'll bring us up the back way.
I was embarrassed to be like, "There's these people I'm not really." We weren't that close at that time. Yeah. Like we barely knew each other at that point, and so I was like, and here they are thinking I'm an idiot, and I can't.
If that doesn't summarize the energy of that trip,
I don't know what does.
It's fine. We'll leave it.
But West Palm Beach was amazing.
It was good. And to your point, that I feel like that was it. Like that was the starting line of our friendship. I think through Allison's point, some trauma bonding through all of that, going through camp. And that was a very like emotional camp for me because that was the first time I think K-Max was like, oh, master instructor material. And then I made you guys listen to Indian Summer 432 times.
Summer should be paying you.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
The amount of listens that
exactly.
You get.
And so we took that trip. What are some of the other trips we took?
We road trip to Chicago.
That's right. To see Donna. Yep.
And I think, how many times did we ride in Chicago? In like 2 or 3 days? Like, it was insane. What? I was afraid to sleep by myself, so...
You were? I thought I was.
Maybe we both were.
Did you?
Maybe that's why we're so... Sam's always my sleeping buddy, and Ashley gets a bed to herself.
And then I get jealous sometimes. Like, why am I alone?
I don't like sleeping alone by myself in weird places.
Yeah, that was a cool place.
Yeah.
But then, and remember, didn't we bring a ton of booze and we didn't have any of it?
It was a cute place.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't stay there very long.
No.
We're writing.
That's
We
right.
literally wrote our faces off.
That's right. Yeah, we have a lot of those fun.
Toledo or where up north? Somewhere up north. Where'd we go?
Oh,
Hudson.
Hudson.
We went for your type 1 diabetes ride. Yep, a joint ride. So we did that too, which that one we just stayed in like a hotel and it was just like a day, but that was kind of fun.
Is that the one that Heather was with us? Yeah. That was funny because remember when she was talking about all the like crime podcasts and then we heard noise in the room next door. And so she was like up in the middle of the night ready to fight someone.
She was ready.
Oh my gosh, man, good times. So yeah, that really, I feel like just set the tone for our friendship.
But we also traveled to Fairhope, Alabama for my wedding. Yeah. Let's not forget that.
Did.
The only wedding that all three of us have attended was mine.
Yes, and that was fun. And Ashley and I got to room together in that one, and that was nice because there's very few people I want to share a room with, but I can share a room with you guys.
But I think that's also like in motherhood, like who I choose to spend my time with outside of my immediate family matters. And so
Yeah.
like being able to just like naturally hang out with you guys. We know that we can live together for like 2 days straight if needed, you know. I think that's a huge piece of motherhood is like having your people who bring value to your life and value to your time.
Yeah,
Because time is a non-renewable resource.
there you
don't
go.
get it back.
Yeah,
Our next trip that Allison is unfortunately not coming on. We're going to Scottsdale in like less than a month or a month, I think right at a month. Which I'm excited for that. But then after that, we have got to plan our Disney trip. I'm saying it on here because it has to happen.
that's his
Adult only Disney trip for us.
Yeah, because we do have that trip coming up, and then one of the other trips I kind of took with you with a group was like your bachelorette party,
Yes.
which I know you couldn't be at.
I couldn't be at because unfortunately I had a baby like 3 days before or something. But I had FOMO sitting there with my newborn. Like I wish I was there, but yeah, I couldn't do that one. We've been through all of those different seasons together with having the 4 kids between the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And just kind of going through all of us individually leaving Cycle Bar at different times. And so while we all weren't working there, we all still could experience those same things. So we still had each other to kind of talk through the challenges and the things that we're going through when we were, because we all knew the entire environment and everything that goes on with the brand. So we've been through all of that together.
We have, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about it but too like the loss of your mom. And I remember spending, I think one of the times that like some of my favorite times with you guys is on the road trip in the car.
Oh, yes.
Because we talk the whole drive.
Yeah.
And we get to like, I feel like we talk about all aspects of our life. Like we've talked about childhood. I know we talked a lot about our family dynamics. And then I remember like a conversation about you moving on without like having your mom and what that feels like. You know, we talked about like high school and past relationships and relationship drama. Like I think one of the beautiful things about us is like we've talked so much because we've honestly spent a lot of time in cars together on the road.
Maybe we need to do a road trip.
That's what I think. We don't even need to go anywhere. We could just drive for 8 hours one day and catch up.
Spend a day driving around.
Maybe that's our thing. You drive because you always drive.
Yes.
I do always drive.
You have the best vehicles.
Because she has best cars.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I trust you.
Oh, well,
I do
that's
too.
good too. That's good
I
too.
trust Sam too, but like I'll pick you first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
take
you
it.
can go for
I'll
it.
take it. Yeah.
I sit in the front seat.
I'm very just like chill.
Yeah. Allison just goes, we should probably talk about the differences of each of us individually. Because I feel like Allison is the most laid back, casual, go with the flow. But when she gets feisty, she gets feisty. Like she can be
So strong.
super spicy.
So strong. Sometimes I'm like, you shouldn't say that.
I think it's gotten more powerful in motherhood.
Yeah.
I just have no filter. I don't have time to filter anymore. So like I will ride. I'm a Cancer. I will ride for you and I will just like chill. But when I feel like I've been like wronged or somebody's wronged one of my friends, like you're dead to me.
Yeah.
And I have no chill in that aspect. Like who is it? Don't activate me.
Because that's your...
It is Lindsay Hubbard. Yes, I feel like it's off Summer House, but I feel like she gets activated a lot. I'm less activatable. But once I'm activated, like
You are.
But I try to be very laid back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it comes to cleaning my house. The floor must be swept every night. So sorry to my husband.
That is the opposite of me. So
Yeah.
you and Sam, I don't know. How would you explain Sam?
Like, you're always up for like a new challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like leveling up.
Yeah, I feel like and I do feel like one thing that or whatever he says, but I feel like too, and I think like what is good, and this is like, I have a podcast show. I do like to like be the senior master instructor and all this, and I do think in some ways it's nice in our group, because I think if there were two of me, to your point,
work.
there would be that feeling of competition. And I feel like you guys humble me in a lot of ways. And I don't know how to say that, but like, I guess I've maybe have other friend circles where I feel like they let me sit on my pedestal and they treat me like I'm on that pedestal.
Yeah.
And I actually don't want that. Like, I want to be leveled and like...
Well, a lot of times when we have issues or things that we want to talk through with each other, we're always pretty good about being like, do you want us to listen or do you want us to find a solution for you? Like we kind of understand where people are at. Like, do you want us to like rally with you or do you want us to bring you back down?
Right.
And so we're pretty good about figuring out where each other's at. And like, if we need to just go hard for a minute, we let each other do that. But then we're like, okay, but like, let's think about that. They probably didn't mean that, or it may not be as bad as what it seems, or just give it some time. It's going to pass. Like, we let ourselves feel the emotions because that's important. But then we also like provide guidance to move forward. So we're not just continuing to be a dead horse,
Yeah. I totally agree. I think for you, Ashley, one thing that I love, which is interesting, because too, when I look at like our little triangle, I feel like I get different things from each of you, which is what makes it so great. I love that you and I can bond over our like clashes and our lists and all.
I'm like a mix of you. It's like I'm a little bit of the glam,
and then
but I'm not the chill side of Allison. That's for sure.
And I feel like you and I can go, like, I can go real deep with you and like and get like real, like, I mean, you and I have even like bonded over like Jesus and religion and things like that, which can be, hard to talk to people about. And I just love that I have this balance of kind of like both. But then I think at the end of the day, like my favorite thing recently that really made me excited for this conversation was like, I was feeling kind of like I shared with you guys, like I'm missing my community, like don't have a ton of friends like I did in the cycle bar world. And we got on that recent FaceTime chat and I see like Allison juggling like 2 kids and like Ashley's like yelling at 1 kid. And there's like just kind of like beautiful chaos and all. And like, I was just kind of sitting here like taking it in and I was like, everybody goes through shit. And it's like so nice to still have people that you can like come back to regardless of whether what it is.
Yeah.
It's so important.
It's very challenging to navigate the depths of motherhood and also like navigate friendships a lot of times. And I have friends that are constantly reaching out saying like, let's hang out, let's do these things. And it's like, I haven't seen my best friends in so long because I just don't have a ton of time and my time is valuable. And between like working full time and I'm navigating like a newish role at work and trying to do that and also trying to maintain a house and take care of 2 kids who are just, I'm kind of in the thick of it with them right now, as you are as well, just different seasons. And then trying to figure out when I do have time or when I want to take time away from my kids, who I want to spend it with. And sometimes we'll reach out to each other and it's like, hey, we are those memes that's like, hey, let's put something on the calendar. And we're like, August of 2027.
Right.
Oh, that Saturday sounds great. Like,
literally.
that is us because we do have so many other things going on, but we all understand that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it work. I hate the people that like make me feel bad because I don't have the time.
I'm a very big proponent of like meeting people where they're at. So like, I feel like sometimes when like being honest, and I think I valued that with you two. Like you guys are just like honest. Like honestly, I don't have it in me today. Like I know that we had this planned, and like sometimes my feelings do get hurt a little bit. But then I just like check myself, and I'm like, look, just honestly, like, but I can't be mad because you guys are being honest with me, and so like meeting people where they're at, and just like. A text goes a long way, especially in motherhood. Like, I might text you back in 4 days, but that text meant something when you sent it.
Yeah.
But yeah, meeting people where they're at, I think is huge for me and like maintaining friendships. Like, understanding that like not everybody can give 110% all the time and I can't either.
Yeah, I think both of you and you had said it too, Ashley, like specifically that guilt, and it's in, and I don't mean it to like blame anybody or accuse anybody of doing anything. I think everybody processes friendships and in different ways, but it is really important to me when looking for friends that I know that if I don't have it in me or something else came up, that I can cancel and there be understanding, because we just know that that's life and we will continue to text when you do. But then at the same time, when it's like SOS,
We are there
FaceTime,
for each other.
team meeting, it's
meetings.
like drop everything we do and like we can get on a FaceTime call, the three of us, and be like, what is happening? And so like that's really beautiful too. But I also feel like we don't abuse that. Like, you know, it's not like every other day, oh my God, I have to tell you guys what's going on. Like, I just need to vent. Like, no, if it's like an SOS, like it's big
legit.
deal. It's serious.
A big one.
Something serious is going on. And so we can like show up for each other in that way. Yeah. Speaking now a little bit more to motherhood specifically, you guys have two young ones. Gracie's a little bit older now, so she's 8. What is one thing that has been maybe more challenging than you expected with motherhood? I'll let you kind of each take that one.
You want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first as Ashley starts to talk. Will you repeat the question?
What is one thing that maybe has been harder than you expected, whether it's just in motherhood in general or motherhood of 2?
I think finding time to like keep my sanity. So I'm a very big proponent of like, your husband comes first. My husband comes first, because if our relationship isn't Gucci, like nothing else is going to be good. So like, and he doesn't abuse it either, but like making sure like he's taken care of, my kids are taken care of, my house is taken care of. And then it's like me. And sometimes like it ebbs and flows. Like right now I have a 3-month-old. So like my me time is very limited, but also it's humbling. Like, I'm never going to get this moment back. So trying to like be in that moment, finding time for me. Like I told you, I'd finally like with he's going to be 2. Our kids are almost like identical in age. Just Ashley started before I did. But like our gaps are very similar. Ashley told me not to have kids so close together, but here I did it.
She advised you.
I was like, no,
She advised you.
I was like, Ashley's still alive to talk about it. Like it can't be that hard. Okay. Axel's going to be 2 in like 2 weeks. Okay. So they're 18 months apart.
Yeah.
That means that Finn's going to be 5 in 2 weeks, because they are their birthdays are a day apart.
Right.
Our younger kids are both born in January, and so mine's 3, hers is 0. So they're like the exact same age gap, but just a few years apart.
What do you think has been the hardest part that you were not expecting with motherhood?
The hardest part, I think, for me, or some of it, is trying to find time to like catch up. Like when I feel overwhelmed and I feel like I just have a lot of things going on, there's like no time to catch up. And so it's like trying to navigate that at a place to be able to get myself back to a place where I don't feel like I'm just losing grasp of reality. And like, you know, there's those days where you're just like, all the laundry needs done and the house needs cleaned and I have to, you know, make lunches and I have to get myself ready. It's hair day, like all of those things, literally. And I haven't, like, I've really kind of let some things kind of fall off. Like I've kind of put like working out as something I just like hadn't had time for recently, haven't had time to like read as much lately, but I'm like going to start getting this back because it is important to find the time for yourself. But I think other things, like putting effort into those types of things, let other things fall behind. And so it's just hard because it's like a constant like hamster wheel of like trying to do things, but then other things are like piling up on you.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And I cannot imagine life with 2. That's why I have 1, because I was like, well, this is really hard. It's really hard. One's enough. Because I think you're absolutely right. And those early years, it's weird how they say how fast it goes. It's like forever when you're in it. And then it's all of a sudden it's like done and gone. And I feel like time heals everything and you kind of like forget. So Gracie's only 8, and there's so much that I remember about when she was like young and, you know, Finn's 5. So that wasn't too long ago for Gracie, but like, especially like the early years. But you do kind of like enter this like stage of you're kind of like yourself is taking the back burner for a while.
You're in survival mode.
You're in survival mode, literally. Even when it comes down to like sleep, like Gracie's always struggled with sleep. And I just like, I remember for so long, like Joe and I would like, we were never fully asleep because we were like waiting for the cry or like waiting for the call. And like you would just be on edge. And I just remember there'd be nights like Joe would be laying there. He's like, I can't even fall asleep because I'm waiting for her to call us in or waiting for the cry to hit us. And I love, Allison, that you said like you put your relationship at the top, because I think that can be like really challenging. But to your point, like it is important. But I know like Joe and I have definitely gone through phases where we're ships passing in the night. We do our jobs, we function well, we take care of Gracie together, we have our routines, and then all of a sudden it's like 3 months, 4 months, it's like, when was the last time I like looked you in the eyes? Yeah. Like sat and
like,
looked you in the eye. Yeah, and had a conversation that didn't have to do with the schedule or have to do what we have going on this week or have to do with bitching about work. Like, when was the last time I sat down and we made eye contact, even in like the motion of life, and just had a really present conversation? It's just like hard. We were talking about that before. All these things that you juggle in motherhood, balancing friendships, balancing your relationship, balancing your kids, can be like really hard. How do you guys deal with if you have a mom guilt? And as someone who does have all these goals for myself and all these things I'm reaching toward, I sometimes am like, am I pouring enough into Gracie and pushing her toward her goals while continuing to pursue my own dreams, which is very important to me? But hand it over to you, Ashley. Like, do you ever feel that? And how do you like deal with that?
I honestly do not have a lot of mom guilt. And I think it's because of how I process it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times where I feel like I'm failing as a mom, where I feel like I yelled at them over something that they didn't do, or I was a little short tempered. It doesn't happen a ton, but all of those things, I'm very someone who's like, you learn from those experiences or you learn from doing it. It's like, I will be better next time. So I feel like guilt is something that can like really weigh you down and can be really hard to like get over it if you hold yourself in that space for too long. And so I try to just be like, he had a Lunchable today for lunch, but that's okay. Like tomorrow I'm going to, make him something, whatever. I just try to level up the next time and try to do better. Like I'm always just like trying to learn from whatever it is. Like, why didn't I have time to do that? Or why was I on edge today? Or whatever it may be, to help myself better handle those situations or to be like better prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We're getting very emotional sitting over here.
Get emotion if you need to get emotion.
Like being emotional.
When have I feel like we get emotion sometimes, the three of us. Yeah.
I just don't like being emotional. I think with Axel, with Axel, my firstborn, I struggled a lot with mom guilt. Like, I could probably tell you there was probably like 5 times in his first year where I wasn't home to put him to bed. Like, I was like, but I also want to be present.
Sure.
But again, to like the fact of like, we need me time. So like, I've had to let some things go with Jagger, and I've actually experienced, I mean, I have not like diagnosed with myself with it, but I think like I have had some like some postpartum depression,
sure,
definite anxiety with like going back to work. And so not necessarily mom guilt, but just like the pressure of being a mom. Mm-hmm. And I've really had to like take a step back and be like, God put me in this role for a reason. Mm-hmm. He made me their mom. Mm-hmm. So yes, I wasn't perfect today, but like, God trusted me with these kids, and he trusted me to like guide them through life. So like, show up tomorrow because he would show up. He shows up for me.
Yeah.
And that's honestly like what's keeping me sane right now.
Yeah. I think it's beautiful. And I think there's so much to that. And I think too, like there is no perfect mom. And when I look at like where I'm at in life, I'm proud of where I am, and I'm happy, and I've had a happy life and a fulfilling life. And my mom worked full time. She did jazzercise. Okay, all the time. So it was like she was doing her hustle, and I never once in life felt like she wasn't present or she wasn't there. Like, and I know that she had a very busy schedule. I went to a babysitter all growing up, like before school, after school, all summer long. But I never felt like my mom or dad weren't there, even though they had very busy, demanding careers, had their own hobbies. My parents threw these wild parties, and I loved it. I was like 8 or 9, and they would have like tons of people, these massive euchre parties and stuff at our house. And like, I just enjoyed it, but I think as an individual, I know, like, only speaking for myself, but I kind of hear it too. I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to like maintain this level. But yeah, we're just kind of doing life, and that's how we all do it. You show up, you try your best.
I mean, yeah, because you're going to see stuff like online and you're going to compare yourself, right? Like, and you're comparing yourself likely to influencers who don't have full-time jobs, or they do. It's on their, it's on Instagram. I get that that is a full-time job. I'm not saying it's not, but like they get to be with their kids all day. They get to do all of these things with their kids all day.
And their full-time job is making sure it looks good online.
Yes. And so we're comparing ourselves to those types of things, and that's not super realistic at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think social media is huge. Even not only influencers, but I think as we look at our friends and other people, and we don't typically, people are not posting the hard moments online. They're not posting the arguments with their spouse. They're not posting how late they stayed up crying because their baby was crying, and you and the baby are crying together, and you're like, why are we all crying? Just go to bed. Just go to sleep. We don't get to see that. We only see like all these like the moments that are shared online. So it's a nice reminder that is the posed moment, or the moment that was captured because everybody was doing
It's a
well.
highlight reel. That's all it is.
Literally. How do you think we have been able to lean on each other? And we've kind of talked about this a little bit as we start to wrap this show up, talking about our mom friends. I know for me, like one way that I've definitely recently leaned on you guys is like minimal as it is like just even like, so we have a group chat, the three of us, and we've had that chat for years.
Second one that's pinned.
Yes, I have it pinned too. And just honestly, sometimes even just like sending a little text, like just being like, oh, they're there. It's almost like your kid in the middle of the night, if they've slept with you and they like reach and they're like, okay, they're still there. Like, I love that I can, now I'm going to get emotional. Do that.
That's not surprising.
No, actually it's surprising that it hasn't happened before now. But especially in this season of my life where I feel kind of disconnected and on my own island from a lot of things. It's like, well, I know they're still there.
Yes.
So then I'll be okay. In whatever season I go,
Always.
they'll still be there. So I think that that's definitely one way that I feel like I've been able to lean on you guys.
I mean, I feel like we have a very like low maintenance but high value friendship. Like,
yeah.
oh yeah. And so yes, it is that group chat. Like, if I do just need to talk to you guys about something, or I can like shoot it over. But half the time, I think I also feel like when I'm going through different things throughout the day or whatever it is, I have to think to myself, is this, it might be kind of important to me, but like, is it worth their time too? But yes, in those SOS moments, like, we're all there for each other 100%. If, I'm getting in a fight with like my husband or something like that, unless it's serious, like, you guys likely don't hear about it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, we had an argument today. It's more of just like, how are you guys? Like, we're really good about being like, how are you? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Like, are you mentally good? Like, what do you need from me, kind of thing? Like, that's always the vibe. And so I feel like I pull out or eliminate a lot of those other just like noise creator kind of things, because it's like there's really no point. And if I continue to talk about it, it's just building up on me.
Right.
Whereas I want to talk to you guys about like exciting things, like, Sam, tell us how your game went. Tell us how it was. Like, all those types of things. Like, that's what I want to hear about. Not that I don't want to hear about the bad stuff too, because we're obviously all there. We all love some drama. I mean, if there's drama that doesn't involve us,
that's the best.
We're all there. We are all there. But it's like, if it's just not that serious, then I don't really like waste my time or your time with it. I save it for the good or the juicy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I love a good cold call.
Yeah. Yes.
And I say like, I'll shoot my shot, and if I don't make it, I don't make it. That's fine. But like, I love a good cold call. Like, hey, I got 15 minutes in the car. Tell me X, Y, and Z. Go. Yeah. And I mean, again, it does work. If you answer, it's like, the stars aligned, and if you don't, there's always better luck next month.
And it is, and again, this is where I really appreciate it's, and you had said it, Ashley, it's a low maintenance friendship. And I had first heard that term not long ago and online, and I was like, that's Ashley and Allison in my life. It's a low maintenance friendship. There is not this high level of constant communication expectation. There is I'm going to shoot my shot and give you a call. If you don't answer, I'm not going to text you and say, you're always so busy. Like, let me know when you're not busy, and it's like, damn.
Yeah. Don't text me that, because I won't respond.
Right. Like, wow, you want to make sure. Yeah. Like, and I've had those things said to me to where
same.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but you guys have never made me feel that way. So it's low maintenance. It's high value. When we do talk, there's like purpose, or it's a check-in.
But I also hate like the other types of friendships that make you feel guilty because you don't have the time.
Yeah.
I can't.
Have the time to feel guilty.
Yeah, I don't want that
Allison,
either.
I don't feel like-
No.
Right. Right. Yeah. So as we start to wrap this up, what is one piece of advice that you would offer to a fellow mom and the importance of friendships similar to ours with moms who are kind of in the same place in life?
I mean, they're so important because it's just, especially with like newborn stage, I feel like we were all like very there for each other. Allison was insanely good about just reaching out and being like, how are you? Like, how are you doing today? And those are those things like, I mean, navigating postpartum depression, like you guys know a lot about that with me as well, because I sent SOS to you guys when I was going through that very deeply. But like, those things are just the ones that like also keep you, they keep you happy. They keep you looking forward to the next time that you can get together. They're those people that you can go to vent about your day. When we know we need each other, they're there. I like you would be the first person I would call. If I was in jail, you'd be the first person I'd call. If I was like crying, alone, depressed, you'd be the first person I would call. If I had the best day of my life, you guys would be the first people I'd call.
Yeah. I definitely think there's
what I
a
mean?
lot to that. Like those big moments. It's like,
All
who
the
am I
moments.
telling? I'm going to tell my mom and dad. I'm going to tell Joe. I'm going to tell Ashley and Allison. And I usually tell Melissa too. But again, different type of friendship because she's trying to get me to go to concerts every weekend.
I read this online, so it's not genuine. But I think in order to have a village, you need to be the village. So, you know, they say motherhood's a village, and it very much is. Like, it takes more than one person. Not even like for my kids, but like someone loving me, like reaching out and saying, hey, how are you doing? Bringing food. You brought me like that box of like recovery things, and every time I put my shorts on, I'm like, Samantha got these for me when I had Axel. You know, it's just like, if meet people where they're at and like show up for them.
One of the best things that I have learned from Allison is when I first had Finn. Mind you, she didn't have any children at the time. When I first had Finn, it was COVID. So it was, we were in May 2020. She dropped off dinner at our house that night, and it was like I just remember it being like the best meal because it was like hot food, there was a salad, there was also like dessert, so I felt like I was eating like fresh good food and like filling my body with like good stuff after you feel disgusting after just having a baby. And I cannot tell you like how much that meant to me and how important that it was. And so with both of her kids, I did the exact same thing and I've done that for a few other people too, because I'm like, that little gesture meant so insanely much to me. And because you don't have time. Like, I remember sitting there and being like, I don't know when I would even have time to cook a meal. I'm literally have a newborn.
Yeah.
And so, and we like ate off of that for like 2 days because it was so much food. But
You guys almost make me want to try to have another baby just to see what it's like to have friends like you.
I'm here to tell you, don't do it. That second one will break you. No, I love him dearly.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It's all right. I'm not going to.
Come hang out with me.
I literally told you not to.
My life is bad. My life. Yeah, she's like, she said don't.
I said it. I said don't do it. I know you want to, but don't do it. My second is, she is like middle child energy, so maybe I'll have a third, but she's a lot. Literally, she's so sassy.
Was there anything else that you wanted to add about to the moms? Well, thank you guys so much. The fact that we found the time to make this episode.
This is an SOS.
It was SOS. It was get together. I need you guys to kick off this motherhood series here. Well, I love you guys. Appreciate you so much. I know we're going to be old women probably laughing. Remember we did that
on like cruise. We're gonna go on cruises. I don't even like cruise, but we can go on a
do
cruise.
that. Whatever trips
Disney cruise.
little old ladies take together. I mean, I absolutely see it because I know whatever season or wherever life takes us. Well, thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Love you to the moon and back. Everybody who's listening, call your girlfriends, your mom friends, and have a great day because you deserve it.